Want to hear a little trick to have a really nice holiday? I got one for you. Especially when you're dealing with relatives and old storylines and, right? So this is what I did one Christmas, and I was away from home and I was going to a place where I didn't really know people and I was kind of nervous about it and yada, yada, yada. And I had a friend of mine that said, well, just go on an anthropological field trip. And I go, what are you talking about? She said, go on an anthropological field trip, put your little pithy hat or whatever the thing's called, and observe. She said she got to the point she had to visit her in-laws and she did this, where she went, subject is getting upset because blah, 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 blah. Fascinating. She stayed like in that mindset. She didn't say it out loud. Nobody knew she was doing it, but she was like noting that in her head because she just didn't want to get engaged. She wanted to have a nice time, and she did because she was so fascinated. So here's a little thing about anthropologists. They have to be baseline curious. I mean, not beginner's mind. They have to be baseline. Like they have to practice being able to look at something without judgment, right? I mean, you go to Africa to study how people make bread, and these villages, they don't use yeast, maybe. Maybe they use something else. But if you're convinced that they need to use yeast, you miss the whole point. So, long explanation, but give it a shot. Anthropological field trip. And then if you do have a good experience, mention it down below. I'd love to hear about it. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Okay. Ho ho. Okay.